Can we bring it low? Can we bring it low? Tiptoe. Okay. When I say the, you say lounge. The. When I say man, you say chest up, man.
Let me just be ready.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Sorry.
Boys in the technology.
Checking the emails. So, that's all. Yeah, cool.
Nothing going on? No, it's all good.
Nothing you would at all be interested in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's like so boring. You'd be like,
Groupon again.
Yeah, something like that.
I hate them ones. Guys, more the comedian.
SecretEscapes.com.
Have you used that?
No, I haven't actually, you know.
I always look on Groupon and go, yeah, I'm going to buy that, like, 5 towels for £2. And I'm like, I never do.
Never get around to it.
I am a prolific window Groupon shopper.
Yeah. Because it always looks like a deal. And then you're like, this plasma TV called Bushnack. I don't know, but it's
Takes
going
20 days
for
to
£100,
arrive,
yeah.
I bet some people got silly on there, man.
Yeah, trust me.
Silly.
Right, so I'm going to go and strip it back. Marv was like, have you met Yasmin before? We met like years and years ago, back when it was at Viva. So not when you was at Hotel Football in Manchester.
Okay. Yeah.
It was about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And you were hosting then, right?
Yes.
So let's go back to then. You were just the host and doing the God sketch and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come far away now since like 4 years.
Yeah, that's what they're saying on the streets. They're saying on the streets.
Sorry.
That's alright.
He was trying to be
Just
a street guy. And no, it weren't. It was a fly. You must
Was
have
it a fly?
Smelling good.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, Viva. Oh my gosh, that was really good. That venue was so funny, man. The floor was slippery.
Chairs breaking.
People.
Yeah.
One
The
time.
club was a bit goofy
Like Chuck goes in it. One time the show, it was just the show we were just hosting the show in it, and people just kept falling on chairs out of nowhere.
Who's next to it?
Yeah.
It's like him in church, innit? The God will drag you next.
Yeah, and then like literally it was I've never seen it before. There must have been about 4 or 5 people that they'll be like blonk, and then the seat just goes clap, and then they just on the floor.
Because it was like a see-through floor, and then you was on the stage, but it was like the most disco, dodgiest line.
Yeah, but even the stage was like slippery and
It's a
stuff.
hazard, innit?
Yeah,
Hazard,
it was mad. One time the light fell. Someone was performing.
The
light was.
Are you making this up? Or is this for real?
Halfway he's performing, the light just fell.
It came wrong. It came wrong.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Did it fall on someone?
How long was you back
Yeah,
there?
Oh yeah.
Who was it?
I mean,
Oh,
of all
jeez.
people.
Of all people.
The light just fell on him, boy. And everyone was like, "Are you alright?" That's a whole light. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, man, fine. You're not, man. A light fell on your head.
Got cushion.
No, but that was good times, man. Really good times. It's like, you know, like it always used to be like kind of busy. There'd be people like near the bar and stuff, but it started to like grow and grow in it. So then finally, when it went to hotel football, I remember the first hotel football was mad. Like that was where there was some guy who stayed at the hotel. Do you remember?
Guy stayed at a hotel.
Some boy.
Can't remember.
And he just come on stage and done a competition.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
His dad and
What
the son, innit?
happened?
Yeah. So there was the dad and the son staying at hotel football.
Okay. What? And then come into what? Or just randomly come into the show?
Yeah, because they would advertise it on the front of the hotel. Comedy
Hotel
show
football
time,
just
innit?
opened.
Yeah,
Right.
just
Okay.
opened. And then this guy and his son just came on stage, and I was like, these guys do not know what they've signed up for, innit? And then you know what? Weirdly enough, I felt like kind of outgrew hotel football a little bit. Because
Very quickly. You weren't there for long.
No, but you didn't need to, because it was like having this place now is like it's like everything you'd want in it. Like you've got a bar, you've got after party upstairs.
Yeah.
Sundays, it's in Central, right across the road from another club, so people can like come here, go there after and stuff.
Well, it's gone now, you know.
Yeah.
It's
Is it gone?
moved.
Really?
It's moved.
So what's that club across the road?
You can't stroll over to Club Live anymore.
Really?
Yeah, it's moved now.
So what is that club across the road now? Is it shut down?
Shut down, I think.
Yeah, shut down. It's been bought by
Someone will
someone.
make something out of it.
Basically, this will be our cover. The Chinese that own the building.
Yeah.
Put the rates up.
Yeah.
And basically
I'll look
priced
at the
them-
questions while you're doing this.
Priced them out.
Oh
And they
really?
had to shut the club and move to some basically on the main road. But
Yeah.
this road here is the main road in Manchester.
Yeah.
So Yeah, they have to move down the road, man.
Right, yeah, cut all that, bro.
Yeah, that's what I've come up.
Just make sure you pay these guys because they'll be like, oh, we've got our evidence.
This
High five, click, click.
But yeah,
You got to think like that all the time now, like,
What's that?
oh, I need to think about what I'm saying and doing constantly.
No, not really. You know, I've never been someone like controversial or ever says like things like that. I just like, oh man, I shouldn't have said that.
As a comedian as well.
Yeah, even as a comic, because a lot of stuff I talk about is like, I'm quite physical, but I'm also quite like observant. So that's my skills, isn't it? I try to home in on that. Really, I'm not really someone that's like gonna say something mad controversial or anything.
To be fair though, you did that with the lady back then. Obviously, we just had a show now.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not someone that will pick on someone, and people. That's why people won't go to comedy shows. They're like, if I go on my own, if someone picks on me and stuff like that. So, are you aware of that, like?
Oh yeah, of course. Like I tried to break down the 4/4 of comedy. And just try to let people know, look, I'm not gonna pick on you. Yeah. It's okay. I know you didn't want to sit at the front and stuff. So it kind of lets them like you've already let them know that they're at ease and that they're not gonna get picked on and stuff. But I try to not do that. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna go for your whole list of everything that you've been doing now from your Instagram and everything, but I want to I'll go straight into your show with your latest show, and I just want to say, like, from my personal opinion, that it was quite emotional to look at I don't know if you was aware of this, and this is what I want to speak to you about, how diverse your group was, like your audience.
Oh, thank you.
They were male, female, different race, different religions, there was couples, there was groups of friends. It wasn't about, I've got to look this way, or on TV what people had to look like.
Yeah.
Did you have a big part in that?
Massively, that was
okay.
Like, especially when people are behind us as well, when we're interviewing people. Yeah, it's not like we handpick people to be like, well, they're good looking, put them there.
But you can imagine that they do that though on some like.
No, sometimes they do. Yeah. Sometimes on TV they do. But for me, it was just like the audience are just as part of the show than I am. So I'm quite a people person, so it's very important that people, you can see them. Plus, it's also like when we're interviewing people, we are laughing and we're telling jokes.
Yeah.
As well as you see a real reaction from someone behind them in the camera. So that was also quite important as well. So you're seeing like we talk to someone, tell jokes, and it's not just like, I bet they've edited the laughter in and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you can see Tyrone
like friends
at the back. Yeah. But you can see someone behind me laughing in it. But it's definitely important.
Could you not work like that?
Sorry?
Like, could you not work like that?
No, I could. But I think because in terms of the show, what I'd wanted and how I wanted it to look, so I'm quite like about the visuals and stuff like that when it comes to stuff like that. So it's very important to like, that was like one of the first things I wanted in it. Having a show is like people got to be involved in it. You got to see them on the screen, not just like a cutaway laughing, but just like you see all these people and what it's like, and that helps because people are saying, "Bro, I want to come to the live show." And as I always say, the live show is actually better than the recording.
Live show's good, man,
because it feels like a show, but then
I've been to one of your live shows before. We went to the Apollo last year.
Oh no, I mean the TV show.
TV. Oh right, I do apologise. Sorry.
That's right. But we tried to make it the same experience. So even with a comedy show and a TV show, I try to do the same thing. But with TV, I have to explain a little bit more to the audience because they're not used to coming to TV shows. So I have to tell them I've got to do this like this. But I always try to talk to them, and we had Uri as well. He was helping like doing warm up and stuff. So I tried to get a lot of comics that I'd been like in the scene with for a while, and just been like, great to get you to, not even to make me look good, but just like, like you can also use this opportunity for yourself as well. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? To like broaden your fan base and whatnot. So
that's one thing I would say about you though. You're humble.
I know you have to though, man.
Was there anything? Because even Mo coming up to Manchester, doesn't need to come here. Doesn't need to come.
No, but you know this as well. It's like I generally like doing comedy, innit? Like,
you can see it though. You can see it like when you're laughing like at your own joke. You're like, this is about to come up, and I genuinely find this.
You know what it is with comedy as well, yeah? You got to imagine, it's like, I've sat there trying to create something that people can laugh at. Yeah. It's different with singing or rapping or whatever, because even as a rapper or whatever, you might be like, this punchline, I need a wheel up for this, innit? You don't get one. Then you're like, oh, okay, cool, I've got to get this line, this is the line that everyone says, innit? But that only happens with the people and then the environment, or like some songs I found are good because you hear them in a nightclub and then that becomes a thing. So when you sit in a concert, then everyone says that line or whatnot, innit? But with comedy, my thing is working on, I've got to tap into everyone's sense of humour, innit? So it's different with music, because music is like, I like this genre of music, I like that artist, I'm going to see that, innit? Whereas people with comedy, you can be from any background, race, religion, whatever, and you can still laugh at the same thing. But it's also trying to tap into people's what they like to laugh at, really. But I love doing stand-up, innit? So yeah.
Expanding on that though, like you use a lot of art forms, don't you? Like you like your sound effects. If you haven't got them, you're using yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
I bring them. I used to have an iPad before.
Did
so
you?
I bring an iPad on, not so much on stage, but I'd have I remember telling some of the DJs that I plug my iPad, press that bit there, do that bit there, because I was such a control freak of how I wanted it to be on stage.
Attention to detail.
And I would literally be like, even some of the, like you see me with like the DJ, I'm like, wait, don't play it. I've already explained it.
Are you a perfectionist?
Oh my god, stand up, I'm such a perfectionist.
Do you know what I find funny, Slow? Your blooper versions of your Instagram, because like, do it again. Wait, let me do it again.
Yeah. You know what? Weirdly
And they're funny, but they're the funniest bits. I love when someone fucks up.
I've got some funny bloopers that people haven't seen, but what it is?
Please put them out, Christmas special.
You know what it is, yeah? With bloopers, it's like sometimes the bloopers are really funny. Other times I'm just messing it up, so it's not actually funny. It's just me getting frustrated. I can't say the line in the right thing. So sometimes I get ones that are really funny, and I'm like, alright, cool, I'll put these ones out. Yeah. But others are like, oh, that wasn't. He's just messing up. But I will though. I will definitely start putting them up.
I love a blooper, mate.
Yeah.
They're like my guilty pleasure, watching bloopers like from TV shows.
Do you know what it is? It's normally
people mess up.
The thing is, a lot of the characters and sketches, I normally just have a lot of them are just having the idea there in it, and just record, boom, there's action in it. And sometimes when I'm doing it, it's just making me laugh in the moment, innit? Because I haven't planned it, I'm just doing it. And they're the ones that normally get the most bloopers. So like, you know the woman like, no, you can't do that. She looking at you, I can't see me. Like that one, I was just messing about, innit? I wasn't even going to put it on Instagram. And then I was like, chuck it up there, innit? Someone might like it.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah.
It worked out well.
It did. Yeah, people liked it. So, yeah, it was good, man.
With your podcast, I was listening to that.
Oh, sweet.
More Problem.
Sick. What episode did you listen to?
The Jasmine one, because I'm called Yasmin.
Ah, yes.
I listened to that one, and
that's
you were
a
talking.
good episode.
Yeah, you seem to be really enjoying yourself. And you went like before we was all the famous thing. And you're talking about college parties. Now, I remember my college parties. They were the be all and end all. Is that where you learned your sound effects?
I didn't, you know. But I wasn't good at MCing back in the day, innit?
You was good?
No, I wasn't good, so I used to be the guy who used to do the beats, innit?
Like the like Migos sort of thing.
Yeah, but I wasn't like a beatboxer, but I'd be like, boom, boom, boom.
Remember? That's the first time when you performed in. Is that time?
Yeah, I was beatboxing, wasn't I? Oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, no, we need to. When did you first meet? Please
ago.
tell me the story right now.
Yeah, and I was doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, some joke about that, innit? Oh my gosh.
Was it joke but serious?
Rah, I forgot about that, you know.
Actually serious. Yeah, you put serious into it. J&We.
Serious. Yeah. Raw, that was, oh my gosh, that was so long ago.
That was such a random location as well.
What was the joke? The joke was something so dumb. It was something like, I can't remember. It might be too rude to say on camera, but I think I will know.
Yeah. I've already swore, so I think we've gone past that point.
Yeah, no, but this is like quite X-rated for this.
Oh, okay.
I know the joke was now. Oh my gosh.
You know the joke?
I know the joke now. Oh, that joke was so rubbish, man.
Because I think it was you, Kevin J, Special P.
Yes. Me, Kevin J, Special P. Yeah. Was that in Leeds?
Yeah.
And Richard Blackwood.
Yeah.
At like the Messiah.
Some random.
The Marcus Garvey Centre.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Some random location. Random.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I remember that, boy.
I think that's the first time I booked. You.
Yeah, you did. And I remember Kevin J something happened to his car.
Yeah.
You need to get like not a whole area, get a jump started.
I remember messaging you that night, and you're like, yo, I just got home, you know.
Yes, because I was a Special P. We drove back all the way.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, sorry, we're having a moment here.
No, you're okay. I'm just trying to like catch up on my little notes.
One thing that with Mo for as well, what he's done, I feel like he's made a lot of people that, because obviously we've got a stage, we've got a platform, and there's different singers, comedians, DJs, especially. He's helped everyone raise their game. Because he's a perfectionist.
Yeah,
like, DJ, do your intro like this. DJ, mix it like this. You know what I'm saying? It's important.
How do you find that balance though to let things go? Like this is not on my list, but
it's always a lot of comedy is trial and error, innit? So I'm a perfectionist on stage, on stage, there's some stuff I've done today didn't work, some that didn't work in it, but go back in the lab, try it again. Maybe I didn't tell it right, didn't tell it properly. That is literally comedy, innit? It is trial and error. And sometimes it's just, it doesn't work kind of thing. But in terms of when you get it and it goes right, then you're like, alright, cool, it's right, how can we make it better? Than not just like what we've done in it. So that's the thing. But yeah, definitely, man, try and error. Sometimes you've got to let it go, man.
Yeah.
You know.
So you're saying you were super observant. Have you always been like that? Is that where you get your characters from? For like, obviously, Instagram.
Yeah.
That's. I feel like that's where you just went.
Yeah, Instagram definitely helped me gain my audience.
I've heard you like to be called social media sensation.
Oh yeah, that's like, for example.
I've heard you love that.
Nah.
No, I'm joking. No,
You proper listen to the podcast, innit? So what
I'm
it
doing
is,
my job, right?
yeah, you got some good notes still.
No, it's the opposite. Let's wind that back.
Nah, so what it is, it's not like it gets annoying, but it's like, for example, it's like, you can always tell someone's done their research when someone hasn't. That's okay, that's fine. I've done that before. I've been like, I don't really know, this and you know, go from there and stuff. But like sometimes it's like, this guy is it's like, I am a stand-up, but then like you might get an article.
You've missed the hard work
and
that
it's
I've
like,
done
this guy is like an internet sensation. It's like not really though. Like, do you know what I mean?
Like a
there's
YouTuber.
Yeah, there's more. And that's not dissing YouTubers and stuff,
No.
but I guess I always like tell people that I'm a stand-up comedian first, innit? But at the same time, it's like everyone follows you or finds out about you from different points of your journey, innit?
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it is funny though. Like sometimes I do interviews. There's this thing called like BBC like regionals. So
Okay.
basically you sit in a room, you're in a radio station in BBC Two, you've got a mic, you've got a headphone, and then you'll have someone from like BBC, like Derby or something. So he's all the way in Derby.
And he's built up
in
his
the studio.
question.
No, he's in the studio. And
Okay.
he's like, hi there, is that Mo? And you're like, yeah, I'm here, man. How's it going? And like this, I remember some it's so funny. Some guys are so cute. It's like, so, is it right that Drake gave you your big, he was the one who got you going? I'm like, nah, not really.
Drake's just helping everyone else out now.
Yeah.
You want top boy as well?
It's like not really. Like,
It's a disrespectful.
no, the thing is, it's always like, everyone joins different parts, innit?
Yeah, but journey.
But yeah, it's so funny, man. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not really.
It's not the way
how
it
that
works
happened and
out.
Stuff, but yeah.
You were able to tap into both though, aren't you? Like, you're on the Instagram, which is like the new generation, but I'd like to say, I hate having to admit this, but we're like the 90s, the 80s generation, the older one where I played out until the lights were on and your mum shouted your own sort of thing, you have that comedy for everyone.
Yeah, I try to, man. I try to, and if you're not from that background, you didn't experience it, then it gives you like, it gives you a peek into what it's like a little bit. Do you know what I mean? So.
Well, you say it like you said. You say it very, not generic, but in a way that people understand that you're a very big storyteller.
Yeah. I try to use the way of like telling stories and then using like my physicality, but then also my observations and like trying to like put that into one. So like for example, with like in the Netflix special, we've got the whole thing about the ice poles, for example.
The Netflix
So,
special, grabbing the snacks
Cheers, man.
as a kid.
Yeah, so things like that.
Oh my god,
So,
the Netflix special, by the way.
yeah.
Sorry,
Thank you, man.
went everywhere. It's absolutely amazing. Got to give it
thank
just
you,
credit
man.
where
Thank you
credit's
so much,
due.
man. Yeah, it means a lot, man.
Yeah.
So things like that, it's like I also want to keep like who I am, where I'm from. So keep that kind of like that Britishness that people like yourself can watch. Say, oh my god, that's me. That was me as a kid. But if there's someone else who never experienced that, then they're like, oh gosh, that's kind of funny. Like I kind of done something like that, or I know what he's talking about. So you can kind of relate. But if you don't relate, then you can hopefully try and understand it as well. So that's always like, an important part of like my writing process as well.
I feel like I sat there. I've watched it 3 times. I've sat there on my own, as you do.
Yeah.
You want to be like, I want to fully take it.
Yeah,
I've sat with my mum, and you know when you go, that's you. That's. I felt like I was doing it the whole way through, and I've sat with friends. Like everybody's got it at some point.
Oh, wicked.
100%. But how was it like? Again, how was it constructing the Netflix special? Because you've got to have it in the back of your head, bearing in mind that it's going to be in the States, it's going to be here, it's going to be there.
Yeah, of course.
At what point was you like, right, I need to make it very British but relatable? Like, what was the
what it was? I always thought like this because there were some things in there that was like oh, that is so British. I knew we'd get that. But then at the same time, I was like, but that is who I am. I can't change it for the world, innit?
That's what I loved.
Yeah, the same way that I watched something from Boys in the Hood or something.
Yeah.
And they're talking about areas and places and things I don't know about. I would research it, and then I'm like, oh, cool. I remember being a kid and be like, Kool-Aid, what's Kool-Aid?
That's me.
Like-
Twinkies, I'm like, 1 second, pause
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And then look, like, I watched like, to be honest, you're the only British artist that I've seen on there,
Oh,
British
thanks.
comedian. I've watched like Dion Cole and
Yeah, he's
they're
really good.
Oh, it's so funny.
that's
Have you ever
good
watched him
stuff.
on Blackish as well?
No, I haven't seen
That will
yeah.
blow your mind. That's so funny. Even the young,
Yeah,
young actors in it, they're absolutely amazing. But
Yeah.
watch him on that.
Yeah, I need to check that out.
But
Definitely.
there's some things that I have to stop and I'm like Googling it and then looking. But
Yeah.
it was nice to watch yours and be like, they're there, watching,
Yeah.
enjoying it, but sat there Googling
yeah,
what we
of
get
course,
up
man.
to.
Yeah, because it goes out to like 180 countries or something like that. Then it's just like, it's mad because then you're like, people in like Brazil was messaging me, and then people from like Indonesia, Australia, like
What, asking you for marriage
Thailand.
proposals?
No, just ask you like, yeah.
What's the craziest message you've had?
Nah, I don't check my DMs a lot, you know. I
Do
just
you not?
don't, because the thing
Not
is,
like
it's
them
like,
people sliding in.
no, do you know what it is? It's like you get extremes of like, you might get someone that might say something like, oh my god, you're the best comedian I've ever watched, just so great, I really enjoyed it. You think, oh my god, that's fantastic,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And then the next one down below is like, mate, you're a fucking cunt. So you're like, well, okay.
You get hit like
How
that?
do you?
You
yeah,
do,
how do you
but
find
you
that?
don't know if they're just like, there
Just
will
trolling.
be times where I would reply to that. And they're like, no man, it's only having a laugh. I'm like, well, funny, innit?
You know,
Yeah.
like that.
So now I just don't check
How
it.
do you deal with that? Though? You must have heard of it because
Yeah.
I think it was up for an award. Is it Jessie Nelson from Little Mix? She did a documentary
yeah,
about
yeah.
she got trolled everywhere. It's alright, you take your time. You've had a long
sorry,
journey. It's
sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
Boris,
Sorry, sorry.
See someone that day, but please.
Are we good?
No.
How do you deal with that? Because like there's there'll be young people watching this now, and it's
Yeah,
a
of course.
big deal. Like,
No, trolling is weird. It's now a part of like the internet, but it's also like that's also the other side you have to deal with when you put yourself in the spotlight.
yeah,
You're gonna get a lot of people that like you, and you're gonna get a lot of people that don't like you, and the people who don't like you want to tell you that they don't like you, and sometimes they
I
want
got
to get.
people go out of the way just to go.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like
but
you,
that's
by
like
the
that's
way.
weirdly enough. It's like that's kind of. I'm not saying it's acceptable. Definitely not. Because some people get some real horrible. Luckily enough, I don't get horrible stuff.
Well, listen, I have done my full.
Yeah.
Do you know what I used to do? Like a night shift. I was telling Marcus, I think he said he'd seen it.
Yeah.
There's a Channel 4 advert that you're on at the end, and they're talking about like complaints that Channel 4 get. They're going,
Yeah,
two
yeah,
boys
yeah.
kissing, da 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 da. And I used to do a night shift, and this advert come on about 8 times, and there's Mo at the end, and they go, Mo, we've had no complaints about you, and you're just like, yes.
Ding.
And I'm like, this guy. And then obviously when Marvin said we've got the show coming out, I'm going to mention it as soon as he comes up.
But no, that was a real thing. I didn't actually get any complaints.
That's
That's
crazy.
mad.
though.
Yeah. I didn't know it'd be at the end of the advert. I remember I totally forgot about that advert because we filmed that whole thing. It was only like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But that's when I also filmed the intro to my TV show.
Right.
So when I've done the whole, it's Friday, get your da-da-da-da-da, we filmed that the same day.
Okay.
So I was more like, oh, okay, cool, we have this big day filming this thing. Then we done that afterwards. And then I remember just kind of forgot about it a little bit. And then people was at me like, bro, I see you on this thing. And I was like, what's this?
Do you know how many ads they do
okay.
at night on Channel
Oh, yeah,
4?
yeah,
I have
yeah.
seen your face a lot lately.
I ain't gonna lie, there's sometimes that I've watched TV and I'm like, oh, bro, that's me still.
I seen it.
because I know I'm at the end, I can get my phone ready. That's me again.
Not having to use no on demand.
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna lie, I get gas when I see myself in the TV.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when I see myself
When
on
was the
TV,
first time you seen yourself? Where was you?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, because I remember once I was on this program called what's it called again? I forgot the name now. Oh man, Drunken Histories.
Okay.
So that's basically like they get someone to drink, then they have to like tell a tale of like from years ago.
Oh my god,
It
I'd
is-
be
it's-
horrific at that.
No, but they learn it first, then they get them drunk, then they have to recite it drunk.
Oh, I thought you mean like tell like your own history.
No. So
Just
it's like
pouring out your life.
it's like famous tales. So we done like Charles I with Asher D, and then I had to like act in it, but I didn't have Sky, so I couldn't watch it.
Man.
So I remember I was on internet trying to stream Comedy Central or something like that, streaming for Comedy Central, and I was watching it and it was like delayed but I don't know, especially like normally.
Circle and everything.
I think that one of the first main ones, obviously, there was the Big Nasty show,
Yeah.
and then I think I was with my family. You all came to my house, and then I think the other one was Jonathan Ross show as well.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a big deal. We was all sitting in my house.
Was you nervous like I am now?
I wasn't nervous, yeah, but you know what it was? It was like everyone's in the house, like my sisters and we're watching it. And people's like talking in it. Yeah, and I'm like, shush, man. I'm trying to hear my bit, man. Shush. Like, but nah, that was a really that was a good moment. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
What's been the best moment so far?
Oh, it's hard, man, because there's so many different moments. But like, do you know what's hard? Like, I think when Netflix finally released, because you got to remember, I had watched it when we recorded it in May, innit?
I remember when you rang me.
Don't we do it in different languages as well?
Well, no, I don't do it in the languages. They do the.
Do you have people do it in the languages?
Oh no, my one wasn't dubbed. Some is dubbed. So like Top Boy was dubbed. Yeah,
I wasn't expecting you to do it in Mandarin.
Yeah, or Bangladesh or something like that. Yeah. So my one is it's got subtitles, but it's not changed the voice.
Got you. Yeah.
But I go like I thought it was. So I was like, right, let me see what this sounds like in Punjabi. No.
Damn it.
But I remember like. Do you know what was mad about that? Is because obviously the whole process, I knew about it. Couldn't tell no one, though, innit? So imagine like, you know, I'm getting emails and then we're picking the artwork. What artwork do you want to do? And I mean the artwork from the front, like the main one you see, to like, for example, if you click on it on certain TVs, you get a different type of artwork.
Yeah, and it all changes.
And I'm like, oh, that one's nice. I don't like that one. Okay, maybe this one, that one, back and forth and stuff. And then even every part of me, because the thing is, I remember hearing that sometimes it might get delayed or pushed back. So you're like, I don't want to get a date. And then I got the date.
Why do they do things like that?
It's a scheduling, innit?
Okay.
Where they can put you as well, innit? So where it benefits them. Because also you don't want to have your like go on and then you've got something huge that launches next week.
Yeah.
And you kind of get forgotten about. So
yours was quite a big one though, to be fair.
Oh yeah. Like it got a good
time.
really good launch. But the cool thing with Netflix, because it's their thing, they'll launch it their way basically.
Yeah.
So that's like the cool thing about Netflix. But it was so
just
fun,
took the
man.
Grinch off, by the way.
Yeah,
Everyone's going ballistic.
Oh yeah, no, they haven't it.
Yeah.
But you know what's mad? Like a lot of these films, like you can still find them in it. Like
Yeah, go and get it for £4.
yeah, like, I get when it's Friends.
Yeah.
No one ain't got the.
Yeah, no, I'm really upset about the Friends thing. I'm just.
Everything else, like the Grinch, is like it'll be, you know,
similar,
outside.
isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like, you know.
Harry Potter comes on every Christmas,
like,
doesn't it?
definitely, man.
So when you come back from things like Jonathan Ross, do you find you still come back and go, Mo, show up and sit down? Are they still very grounded to you?
Oh yeah. My family keep me like very grounded, and my friends and stuff. There's no like I'm not changed around it, and they keep me very grounded. But like those things. Weirdly enough, though, like now when I do those things now, like because I'll be doing it for like PR or press, innit? Yeah. So when I last done Jonathan Ross, it's because it's working, innit? We've got to sell this tour and whatnot and stuff. So they get more like work in it rather than like, oh, I can enjoy it. You still try and enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
But it's like.
Do you find yourself getting caught up in it now?
No. But like we have times where it gets really, really busy.
Yeah.
And we have times where it's just not. So now it's like a time where it's not. So I've got more time and I can chill. But when it's busy, like I would have been in bed by now. Yeah, like because it gets like busy, and your adrenaline's always high. Like because you have all these interviews, you kind of saying the same thing and.
How do you wind down then?
Just chill out, man. Have a bath, some candles.
I love a bath.
Get me little radio.
I say it a bit different to you, don't I?
A bath. I love a bath.
I love a bath.
get some bath balls in there, love.
I think secretly you would like to be like you're like a.
Do you know what I mean, Bradley? Bradley, get bath balls in bath lab.
Don't. I sound even whiny than that.
That's more Bolton accent though, isn't it?
Yeah, you like more like up north.
Yeah.
Like that. Mine's more.
But in London, that's how we think everyone up here speaks.
Yeah, I know. Make me think that we all sound the same.
Yeah. But I actually like when you come to Manchester, your accent's a bit more softer, a bit more chilled.
Do you think mine is? I listened back to something that I was doing the other day, and I was like, "Wow, my accent's not changed."
Today I didn't know this, but I didn't know there was a North Manchester and a South Manchester.
Oh yeah,
no.
And East.
And I heard North is like it's a bit rough up there still.
Yeah, it's kind of semi.
Because as soon as I said North, you were like North.
yeah.
Hey,
it is, man. It's kind of on.
So North is like H's
know that.
accent.
Huh?
North's like H's accent.
Yeah, H is North.
Oh, H.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my accent.
Yeah, are you from North Manchester?
Yeah. just let you. I just wanted you to have your moment,
Yeah.
both of you, and then let you know.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
I'll wait till the finish.
she's
And then
gonna
throw
see
it in
how
there.
bad it can get in it. There's a North Manchester there.
I was doing like you did on your sketch, you know, where you just let the guy roll on with himself and like, I'm going to correct him in a minute. Done now?
Yeah,
Joking.
I'm done now.
That's okay, man.
Say no more.
Love North.
Yeah.
Let's start.
Saber. How is it important to have people like Marv? Because obviously we dabbled a little bit in then about your relationship with Marv.
Oh, yeah,
and you've
of course,
come,
man.
even with you blowing up with everything this year,
Yeah.
you've been to the show 5 times this year as well.
Is it 5 times I've done it?
5 times.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I didn't know that, you know? No,
I knew
bro.
what kind.
I wasn't counting that, blood.
I feel like I need to be your PA. I'm like,
I didn't
did
even
you
know
did
that,
this?
boy.
Did you know you did
I
that?
was like, raw shit. This year we done 5.
Swear down.
Raw, boy.
Swear down.
In my head, I was like, I think we done 2 because I missed one. But remember, I missed one of them.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one.
People were vexed, boy.
March, July, and we did one in between, and this one.
Oh yeah, shit. No, these shows are very important. Plus, it's also like people like Marvin. When I was first starting out, they gave me a platform, innit?
Yeah.
And they was always like fair as well. So there's a lot of promoters or people that put on shows, and they put on shows and like, yeah, see you later, man, take care, thanks, bye. But then there's also other people that are quite fair as well. Say, oh yeah, cool, like you know, like I'll get you like a hotel or you know, I'll get your travel or like pay you on time and stuff. So always like when it comes to doing shows, I remember those people that helped me when I was young. So it's only right you just do the same thing back. You know what I mean? So
I think that's really important quality in you as well. Obviously, I don't know you personally and on a level, but just out of the respect and the way you are towards Marvin himself, it's just.
Oh, no, of course, man. But I also I've seen the show grow as well. But I also try and give Marvin like advice and stuff for the show and just like just
and he's
tips.
great at giving advice out as well. I think.
No, but that's the
got
thing
that
as well.
from
It's just like tips that I learnt as well. Like because I always like to try to absorb like what I learn and stuff in it. So you know, in terms of like how I put on my show in London, it's a small show and stuff. But for example, I was saying to like Marvin, like, boom, when it sells out, don't let anyone else in. I know it sounds cruel, but then it makes the show a bit more like I need to go to the next one. I've got to make sure I get tickets.
Yeah, exactly. It's little techniques and things that you pick up all the time.
Minute you like let
and that's
one
nice for you
person
to
in.
share as well, because some people are like, I'm not going to tell that person. I'm going to move on and do it
definitely,
myself.
Man. Yeah, no, sharing is caring, man.
Yeah.
In terms of advice and stuff, like it's like I'm big in the law of attraction, isn't it? So like if you give that out, you'll get it back in it. So yeah, man.
And there was one time that Marvin was telling me about, it was like when we did our interview, like our chat together, he was talking about there was a show that he wasn't really feeling. Do you remember?
I remember.
He was like, there's a show I weren't feeling and I didn't want to come, and Mo was like, I've got my ticket, we're doing it, I'm on my way up, you're not backing down.
You won't remember the show. It was in Viva days though. Yeah. You were like, I booked my ticket, I'm coming anyway. So put the show on.
Because he weren't going to do
Oh,
it,
I didn't
and
want
you
to
went,
do
I
it.
bought my
Oh
ticket.
yeah, I remember. I think I kind of vaguely remember that.
He
Still.
done that as well, and then there was a time around Christmas. I think your job said to you like, I think you were working in retail, and they said to you that, look, you can't have the time off because we always used to do
Oh
Christmas
yeah, that's
specials,
what you
innit?
said.
Yes. Yeah. I think I left mad early the next morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You went, you went, I booked it, and I'm on my way up, and it's like, shit, I'm going to have to do it.
Yeah, I've told Mummy that a couple of times still. Because what it is, it's like it won't be packed, but people have bought tickets.
And he's
but then it's like,
stressing.
what will then happen? That delays the process, innit? So it's always like consistency is like very key within this industry. It's just like
Quite a business mind as well.
No, you kind of have to be a little bit as well. Like as much as creative, you kind of have to like learn the business side very quickly. Otherwise, you kind of you get swept up in it, and then before you know it, you're like. You just don't really know what you're doing.
And you need to know when people are taking the mick as well, don't you? You need to
yeah, but
have your
that's
own-
also like a learning curve. Like even with shows like past shows, I've been bumped or like not being paid and stuff. But
horrible,
but
that
then you just learn, innit? You just learn to make sure, cool. If I do a show, can I get a deposit and can you pay me this or rent a share and stuff?
Yeah.
So you just like learn those stuff. But they're very important things to learn, though. Personally,
Well, I know comedy. I'm gonna. Very sorry.
Yeah, that's alright.
That's a good question. What advice would you give to?
You beat me to it. God damn it.
Oh shit! Okay,
Go
okay.
for it.
What advice would you give to people coming up?
Yeah.
North in Manchester,
especially with Manchester, because the thing is, it's kind of portrayed that it's small, which it isn't.
Yeah.
But I feel that, like, for example, like with this show, like people be like, I've never heard of it, kind of thing, innit? But then there's other people who's like, I've been coming since whenever. So word of mouth is always like very key and stuff. But it's also how you portray the show, innit? So that's why I said, if you make it look more limited and like sold out, then it makes the show look like fucking hell, mate. Rashford was there and Sterling was
I know
there.
about that.
I couldn't get in. I've not heard about this.
Yeah.
So it might be a secretive, but then it looks big, innit? So I think definitely like the scene here and stuff, it's definitely growing. People always think it's like, it's really small, innit? But it's not. There's a lot of people that want to do stuff. But sometimes if everyone's got the whole same mindset of like, I just DJ in it, DJ and do my thing in it, or I just do the thing over here. But then all it takes is a couple of people to say, boom, why don't you do this and get your guys to do photography, get my man to do the filming.
And just helping each other out.
And then before you know it, it starts growing and all these people now start wanting to start, how can I get involved in?
Yeah.
Can I help and do this? And some people just want to genuinely just help because they can see a good opportunity, but they can also like use it for their portfolio. So everyone's like helping each other and stuff. Definitely in terms of like, I always say in terms of advice, there's a lot of advice that work for me that necessarily won't work for everyone else. So
yeah.
I always have to tread carefully when I say do this and do that. But I always say like, it's like
Well, what got you through then? Your personal...
Do you know what it is? Things that worked for me is always looking at myself as a brand early on.
Okay.
So the way that I talk to people and the way that I kind of, when I am on social media, I'm still a brand. Just because I'm not big time and stuff,
yeah,
doesn't mean I can't be. Do you
quite
know
say
what I mean?
that.
Everyone, no. I mean, this is like back in the day, innit?
Okay.
Obviously now a man's flexing, innit?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Can I just say
Oh,
though,
I'm very joking.
I genuinely think, and I don't want to jinx it, but you've heard it first, and I love him, and I'm going to go see him in a couple of weeks at Whitehall.
Yeah.
I think you would be up for the running of presenting the Brits.
I don't know, man. Like,
That's what I think, that you have the potential
definitely.
to present
But
the
also,
Brits.
I guess as well, like I'm in this weird position now
You're
where.
taking all that in.
No, but you know what it is?
Brits,
Now
the
I'm in
Brits.
this weird position where it's
Yeah.
like people who like, I can see you in movies, I can see you in this, but then you don't also want to do it all and then it's done. Do you
I
know
think
what
that's your next, but I'm confident with that being your next. Even Miles looking at you like, he's doing
You
the
know what it
Brits.
is?
No, do you know
I was
what it
going to
is?
ask him like, after Netflix, after
Yeah.
Channel 4.
Where do you go?
Yeah.
There's projects happening and stuff.
Okay.
Because even, I guess even with the TV show, there was Netflix basically in the back in it. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell no one about. But there is projects and stuff, but I'm always a person, when it's finalised and it's signed and sealed, then I can tell
When
people
it's in
and
front of
stuff.
you.
Yeah. So obviously this year was a very good year. This year was like the rise. Last year was almost kind of like the come up of how I can, improve. But this year was like the rise. And now it's like, now the next year is like, how do I sustain it and grow it and
Yeah.
stuff?
What's 2020 for you then?
Yeah, we've got the world tour
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, that's
World?
gonna, yeah, man.
Wow. So
Yeah.
how are you gonna do the comedy? Is it gonna still stay very?
Still be the same.
I love
I'm not
that.
changing it.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So if you're Swedish and you don't understand, then you don't understand, innit?
Thank you for the money though.
Yeah, but nah, because some people say, are you gonna do different? So you're gonna do a tour in different languages around the world? I'm like, no, mate. There's no one doing that, innit? Like, and anyone that does that is extra, innit? It's not that deep.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like, obviously, things like Netflix allow you to now go out into the world and show your brand of comedy. So a lot of them people coming have already, hopefully, most probably seen my stuff. So we keep that the same. But 2020 is mainly the world tour, basically, starting, I think it's April and May. Go to the States. So I think
Yeah.
I'm there for like 8 weeks in the States touring. And then I think we
You've been to the States before?
Yeah, I've been there a couple of times. Yeah.
With comedy or like just
I done
jokes?
a bit of comedy the last time I went in LA. That was quite cool.
But they were very open to you. I can imagine Texas being like a really
Do you know what it is though?
tough
Because it's
crowd.
like, one, I'm a black guy, but then I'm a black guy with a British accent. So already they're just
Yeah.
like, fuck this
This
fucking
guy's
dude,
great.
man. This fucking dude, man. He's British, but he's not like, because they're like, sometimes their perception of UK comedy might be like, or just UK stuff in general. Like,
It's an afternoon tea.
yeah, but like obviously, like with things like, that's what I mean. Like now the world is smaller, innit? So a lot of people do watch British stuff and
We've got
sitcoms.
Top Boy as well.
Top Boy and all these other British things happening now, where the music as well. So now they know about it. It's not
Yeah.
just like
Signs,
this, it's not this thing of like, I don't know what this guy's talking about. So yeah, when I went out there, I done a comedy show out there, and it was sick, man. Went really
Yeah?
well. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was mad nervous though.
I was gonna say, do you still get nervous?
I don't get nervous. I get anxious. I just want to go out and do it, innit?
And
I
get
hate
it
waiting
done
around.
with? That will. When I was waiting around for you guys, I've been up and down, just pacing
Oh,
about.
man.
I'm like, please just get it done
Yeah.
with. That's why I was fidgeting around here. I couldn't look
Yeah.
at you, so I was like, I just want to get it done with.
Yeah.
But it's still a natural human feeling to have. You still
yeah.
feel great, don't you?
Oh
Afterwards.
no, of course, man. For me, like, I even said to Marvin, I was like, bruv, can we No, do the game show. I want to just go straight on.
Did it tonight, innit?
And normally
What
I
was that
don't.
with
you-
Normally I don't do that, but today I was doing new stuff in it,
Yeah.
and I was very nervous of doing new stuff I hadn't done before. So
Yeah,
I
it was
very,
very new material. I
Yeah.
told you, it's like,
So I was very like, I don't. The longer I wait, the more I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I might try that joke. That don't work. And then I could see the kind of crowd it was. I knew if I'm doing 45 minutes,
loud
they just
crowd
had a
tonight.
thing. They were loud, but like people drinking. It's Sunday,
Yeah.
so they were always
It's
gonna.
Christmas.
So the thing is, me is like I want to go out there as soon as possible because by like if I'm gonna do like 45 minutes of material, half an hour in they're gonna get tired, innit?
Yeah.
So I want to get out there as soon as possible. So yeah, you have to be quite strategic with comedy essentially.
I
and
think you
know
have to
the
stick
crowds
to
and
what
stuff.
you're doing. Obviously, elaborating, that's what you're
Yeah.
really, really good at. And
Oh,
it's just
thanks,
a
man.
natural talent that you have.
Cheers,
Like,
thank you.
like you said, you're observant and you can kind of bounce off people,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
bring it straight back. And I think that's important. It's the same as if you was an artist or anything like that. You've
Yeah,
got to
yeah,
still
of course,
have
man.
what you're going to say in your head. Am I right in saying that? I mean,
Yeah, no,
expert.
comedy's definitely like, I feel like you get better in time, innit? Kind of thing. Like when I was young, I thought I knew it all in stand up, and I really didn't.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have much life experience. But the older you get, and it's really just about confidence. The more confident you are to tell your
Just
material,
shows.
the funnier it shows.
Yeah.
Like now, I feel a lot more confident because I've performed a lot more, and if jokes don't work, I'm not sitting there like, fuck, man, what are we gonna do now?
Yeah.
I know I'm like, well, I can try and conjure something up in it.
Yeah.
And that's literally what it is. You don't need to be the funniest person on stage. The more confident you are, the better your material.
Do you find it
Sorry.
like, I know we just used a couple of cliches then, but like, do you not find it mad that we use the cliches? You know, when you were younger and your parents would use them, like, you need experience, or like, do you not find it mad that they was actually right?
Well,
And you're
definitely,
using them
man.
now, and I still
Yeah.
use them on like my sisters and my brother.
Yeah. Experience is key though, man, because then it becomes that muscle memory. Like, for example, when I came on today, like, it was a bit flat, innit? So I've
Yeah.
done shows before to know, like, you know what, I might
Do
come
this.
back on again, innit? But do it in a way that I don't look like a cunt and a diva, innit? Sorry guys, it's just a bit dead.
That happened.
Can we do that again?
before with
And I
us.
bet
Do you know what I mean?
No,
And then saying that,
platform
like,
as well.
no offense to Mark, but Marcel played the wrong song, innit?
Yeah.
So normally my setup was different had I had the right song.
And then you made it.
But then
into
saying
something.
that, I like to just make it a bit more fun and just be like, alright guys, pretend you haven't seen me, we're gonna do it again, create a vibe. Just so
Yeah.
you let the audience know, innit, rather than be like, yeah man, so that wasn't the song I wanted. Anyway, because then the
yeah.
audience sense that tone, innit, and then like, nah, this guy's a bit of a prick, man. And true say, like, because I do like the TV stuff now, innit, so they have more reason to be like, oh, he's a fucking cunt.
That's
innit?
what I was gonna say. Now you've got this platform.
Oh,
We're like, well, I'm
man.
waiting for you to go.
Yeah, it's
set
like,
up.
that's how it is, isn't it? People just
Yeah.
would, they don't assume, but they can. It's easy for them to be like, oh, man's Hollywood, bro. Man's been hiding for the whole show, and now like he comes out and now he wants to change the music. Who's this guy being used? Do your jokes, bro. So now you're just like, okay, well I've got to make a bit of fun out of this now,
Yeah.
innit? So yeah.
I have a personal question. So with the Instagram pictures,
Yeah.
videos and everything, do you go out and get the wigs yourself, or
That
do you get
is-
someone to give them? Do you like give them like
I
five?
can't confirm nor can I deny. So that's
I had to ask. I'm like,
Nice.
is it the same wig, or do you like keep
who
it
knows?
fresh?
Who knows? I don't
Do you
know.
keep it fresh? Well, us women want to know.
Really? Well, I want to know too. So when you don't find out, I'll find out.
So there's not to be
Yeah.
confirmed with that one.
Confirmed nor denied.
What would you give? I'm going to finish on a classic line.
Yeah.
10 years ago, you doing whatever you was doing. What would you give him like advice on? So if you've got younger people,
Yeah.
10 years ago, me, I'd be like, oh, guys, please don't listen to what they're going to say.
Yeah, I get asked this a few times. I had this question a few times, and it's hard because at that age, I was very confident, but like, I just didn't have like, for example, like, I felt that I should have been a lot more, I guess when I first started out, I was like, I should be doing this now, innit? I should be the person who's headlining. I'm
Yeah.
better than that person and stuff. But it's just to tell that person 10 years ago, like, look man, take your time, innit? It's not, I think what I've learned is longevity,
Yeah.
and that's what you really want in the industry. It's not to, I gotta rush in it, I gotta be the one to do this first and how I've done it and stuff. Doesn't really matter, man. It's just like, if you, you get better at your craft the longer and the better you do it and stuff. As opposed to being like, I need to be here. And setting goals are just like putting stress on yourself. Like, I need to perform here and do that, and then now I've got to have this then. And this doesn't, like, that just didn't work out for me. And the moment I stopped worrying about that is the better my material got and the more opportunities I started getting. So I think in terms of like when I speak to a lot of young people, I just say to them, look man, take the time innit. Like I know you're
it's a
young.
big career to choose though, isn't it, comedy? Because everyone can have a laugh, but where do you pass it on to where I can do this as a natural?
Yeah, but that's the
It's a
scene's
big goal to
changing now
take.
as well. You got
Yeah.
people that do stuff on just online or YouTube or
Yeah,
podcasts and
is
stuff.
it TikTok? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah. This is how people can like earn a living now. So I think the way that people consume comedy is so different to how they did even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Because most people with comics would put their clips on YouTube, hope to get some views. You know, you share the clip around and stuff. So that was the thing to do. Whereas like now, like you know, you can go viral with one hit, or no, you don't even need a hit. You can have a good podcast, or you know, you might be good at doing YouTube, and these are how people are now earning a living. So I
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
mad.
like, and this is through comedy as well. You know, I think this is what's really good about how the scene has changed, and
Yeah.
it allows people who might not have got a voice or an audience to start getting one. You know, in terms of like people from like diverse backgrounds or people from you know,
Yeah,
working class
100%.
backgrounds. You know, you can kind of get a camera and just start vlogging
Just do it yourself.
on YouTube and
If they're not
stuff.
going to hire me, I'll do it
You know,
myself.
that's literally what you have to do nowadays. I
Yeah.
think anyway. You know, there's great tools out there and stuff, and you know, grants we can all apply for and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think sometimes in this day and age, people doubt themselves and be, oh, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't go famous.
It's easier to say that though, isn't it? It's easy to go, oh, I'm not going to do that, or I'll leave it another
Oh
day.
yeah. But that's the thing, like, don't if you give up in it. Like everyone's sat here and maybe even in this room and said, you know what, this is long, but there's a part of you that said, you know, right, fuck it, I'm gonna keep
gonna
going
do
in
it.
it. And I think that's a test to see if you really want it, innit?
Yeah.
People who give up, and they were never really about it anyway, innit?
Yeah.
Then they're the
Like
person.
them
who-
rappers where I'm doing
Yeah.
this, I'm about this. and
But
then
that's what I mean.
see
You got
it.
some guys who still now will still
Yeah.
carry on doing it because I just like doing it or whatnot. Maybe they haven't made it, but they just like doing it and stuff, you know. But I think that's the thing. Is like if you really want it, you'll know, and that's a test, isn't it? People who don't want
It's
it will be.
frustrating as
So
well.
that's the thing. They'll be in the pub talking about, yeah, mate, I could have been on Netflix. You know what I mean? I'm well
I could do what
funny,
he's
mate.
doing.
But you know what I mean? I've done comedy, it weren't for me, but obviously I've been jail in that, so you know, I don't like the geezer's just gone jail in that. And you're just like, okay, sure you did, man. You know what I mean?
Nice one.
So I think it's very important. It's a, you know, people just have to kind of believe in their ability. That's essentially what I'm trying to get out of this, really.
No, and I
Yeah.
totally like get where you're coming from. Me and Marvin spoke about it. There's so many times where I've wanted to give up with radio and DJs, and that hunger for it always comes back. I'm like, right, I'm gonna go and do an office job, and then I'm like, God damn it, I really want to do that DJ stuff again, and it always comes back into you. But it's just, I was like, I'm gonna accept it, and even if I was doing it once a month, then it turned into a couple of months. Now I'm doing it like 4 or 5 times a week, and
Yeah, of course.
it's still just keeping that consistency
Yeah,
in
yeah.
yourself as well.
That's literally what it is. It's just like believing in yourself. It's going to get hard. It has to get hard.
Yeah.
Because you don't want it on a, you know, part of you would say, I'd rather just have it on a plate. But then when you finally get it that you want, then you're like, oh my God, I've worked so hard for this.
But that's a full circle
I
for
can
you
now
though,
enjoy the fruits of my labour.
because with that you've become very humble because you've appreciated people like Marvin and whoever you've met on the way up. So
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
got
yeah.
them connections and you've got them
But it's
people
also
that
a
you
risk
know
as well.
believe in you.
It's also a risk. I remember being told about this story about the 2 frogs in the bucket and the
Never
fear
heard
that. So there's 2 frogs in the bucket and there's water in the bucket, in it. The
Okay.
frog says to the other one, don't jump out. You don't know what's out there, innit? And the other frog says, well, might jump out, innit? Anyway, the other frog, one frog jumps out, the other frog stays in there, innit? And then
I
they
get
evaporate
it.
because the sun, he stays in the bucket and he dies because he can't
Dries
get
up
out.
anyway.
And the other frog goes out the bucket and there's a pond out there, innit? Basically, innit?
That's deep,
So-
that more. I like it though. I love that.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Literally yesterday.
I remember hearing that.
Can't remember what story it was.
I heard it a few years ago, but I remember hearing that in primary school, and that's always kind of stuck with me,
Wow.
like just
Since primary.
taking a risk kind
Yeah.
of thing, innit? And that's literally what it's like, innit? It's like a frog in a bucket being like, I don't know, maybe I don't know if I want to DJ, I don't know if I'm good enough, innit?
Yeah.
You know, you get someone, nah, you shouldn't DJ, you know, it's long,
Yeah.
bruv.
It's everyone doing
Damn
it.
it, everyone's a DJ.
Everyone's doing
You
it.
got all these, the girls,
I love
models,
that.
DJing. It's just, like, just give it a try, innit? You
Yeah.
never know, man. And then before you know it, it just takes one person to change your life, innit?
Yeah, it's a lot of
So,
hard work and that little bit of luck, I think, and that's just how it is.
So yeah.
Before you go,
Yeah.
seeing as though we're just going to
Yeah, that's
go
right.
real deep there, I accept you as a northerner. You're always up here.
Mate, do you know what I mean? Manchester.
And we do a lot of
Arndale.
accents, don't we?
Trafford, mate. Trafford Centre.
I want to see how well
Trafford
your
Centre.
I want to see how well your Manx slang is, though.
Okay, go on.
Are you ready?
Go for it.
I'm gonna ease you in. Have it.
Yeah, having it, like having it. You alright, have it.
Yeah. What? You can't just.
Have it, mate.
You can't use it to
Oh.
explain the word.
What? What do I use in a sentence?
Like, yeah, like describe it, like.
Have it.
What does it mean?
So it means like going out there and enjoying
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm having
let's
lunch.
have it. Alright.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
We use that down south as well.
Do you?
I don't know if you lot really invented that one there.
Hey, that was just the first one.
Yeah,
What
I don't know
about
about that one. Go.
next one? Hanging.
Hanging. I'm been out. Got a hangover. I'm hanging. Hanging.
You've
Barbara, I'm hanging.
Absolutely hanging.
Need paracetamol.
And a bath.
Need ibuprofen.
Barm cake.
A barn cake.
Barm cake.
Is that just like, I don't know, put on a couple of pounds, mate? Like a barn cake, mate.
Nah, that's a muffin.
A muffin.
Yeah.
So, okay, a barn.
Like
Oh,
a
so
bacon
is that
barm.
actually food?
Is the muffin?
Yeah.
But that's what we call it. Bacon barm.
Okay.
Chip barm.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
chips in bread.
Have you never had that?
No, but we call
you know
it
what
a
they
chip.
have in
There's a
Wigan?
chip butty.
Have you heard about what they have in Wigan where you have a pie on a muffin? Pie and a muffin.
Fuck. No, I've never heard of that one, mate.
You never heard of that? Do you know what I have as well? Chips, cheese and gravy, but I'm proper northern.
Yeah, I know about the chips, cheese and gravy. That is
I was
like
gonna
a
bring you
northern
some.
delicacy, innit?
Yeah, I was going to bring you some because I was semi-jealous that you went on chicken date.
We don't eat that stuff down south, boy. We care about our cholesterol.
You must know this one, a brew.
Oh, like cup of tea.
Yeah, buzzing.
Oh, I'm not excited.
Chudder.
Oh, Chuddy, that's my mate.
Oh,
Remember Chuddy?
no. Chewing gum.
Oh, really?
That passes a chudder.
Oh, okay, Chuddy.
Chuffy badge.
Chuffy badge.
Yeah.
I'm chuffed.
What? You never use that?
Now what the hell is that?
So like,
These are busting up. These are like.
do you know them? So,
Chuffy badge.
so if you was in school, right, and say for example you was doing well and like the teacher went, oh, you've done really well, right, and you smiling to yourself, you'd go up to someone and go, what do you want, a Chuffy badge? So it means like a badge of honour.
Oh, right,
You never heard that one?
boy. Nah, I never heard that one.
Cock.
Cock, the chicken?
No. A term of endearment. So like, you're alright cock, like babe.
Oh, really?
My nana uses
Yes,
it. She
my-
goes,
Oh, that
"You're
sounds
alright,
a bit
cock."
more old school, though.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
nana
yeah,
uses
yeah,
it,
yeah,
and the kids at school, it didn't go down well because I went to a school out of Manchester, and that was my first week. My nana and granny picked me up.
All right, cocks.
You're alright, cocks, and they were like,
Get your
"What?"
cocks
She
out.
just- Yeah.
Get your cocks out, lads.
Okay, how are we explaining dinner?
Supper?
No,
Tea?
it's breakfast, dinner, then tea.
Man,
Do one.
get out of here.
Gagging,
I'm excited. Kinda?
thirsty.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gagging for a drink.
Okay.
Give your head a wobble. Like, don't take yourself seriously.
Oh, okay. I not heard that one.
And then mad for it.
I'm excited for it. I'm just like, I'm off my tits.
Oh,
I'm
what?
at Park Life. I've took some
Proper
MDMA and I'm ready for it, mate.
And then the following day, you're being a mad. Because you're on a come down, you're upset.
And what's it called, a mad?
A mad.
Oh, mate, I'm in a mad, mate.
No, mad.
Mate, I seen Stone Roses, mate, and Oasis, mate. I'm in a mad, mate.
Nah. It means you're being soft. Stop
Oh, really?
being a mad.
Stop being a mad. Okay.
There you go. Right. That is the drilling done. I think you passed.
Let
Just
people know
about.
about
good.
the tour.
Yeah,
Oh,
please
yes.
let us know about it.
The tour starts around the world in May. You never know who's watching.
Yeah.
So we start in the States, then we go Australia, then we do Europe, and then we do the UK leg. I think that starts in October.
Yeah.
October, November, December.
Yeah, you're in
Yeah,
Manchester,
yeah.
October.
Yeah, I'm in
Seriously,
Manchester,
really need to be
yeah,
a part of your VAT.
Yeah. No, do you know
I'm
we
like,
got so many dates.
Yeah,
I think
I can
Manchester's
imagine.
kind of sold out now as well.
He's joking.
Yeah, Manchester's pretty much sold
That's
out.
not bad.
Manchester's pretty much sold out. Birmingham's sold out. we sold out 3 London dates, which was kind of sick.
Yeah, didn't you have dates?
Yeah, we had to do them.
Yeah.
They're almost sold out now as well.
That's a very tactical move as well. They always do that. I'm going to add more dates.
I know you always have them penciled, but sometimes
Spice
you
Girls
never
did it
know.
to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was traumatised. Didn't get them then.
Oh mate.
Like spent
But
alone on
saying
it.
that, sometimes people think you are, and then they're like, "Oh, there'll be some dates. I'm not gonna buy," and then they don't.
Yeah, and then they didn't.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to coming back to Manchester because you're doing it at the Apollo again. That was one of the
How
favourite
come
gigs.
you've
on the
chosen
last
Apollo?
tour.
Because you could do the MEN.
For me, it's just like I liked it
Home
from when
away
we done it
from home.
last time, but it's also like there will be time to do the bigger ones, innit? We don't want to rush and do it all in one. You kind of want to work to it.
More of a comfort crowd as well, isn't it?
It was one of the best ones we've done on a Cup of Cans tour last year. Like when I
really enjoyed it.
Every that crowd, and because we had different lighting in that we didn't have on the other shows.
The energy was
The energy was so good, man.
It was good.
It was such a good show. I can't tell you how good it was.
I
really
think
enjoyed it.
you helped me out with tickets. He's like, please come along because I'd come to a couple of the lounges. Well, you didn't beg me. I was literally like, yeah. I enjoyed it. We all enjoyed it. This big group was like G2 and everyone.
Oh yeah,
we was
yeah,
all
of
up at the
course.
back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was great.
Turn up like celebrities.
Not quite me, but G2 is always a celeb.
Yo, what's
Celeb
going on, man? I'm at the back. What the fuck, man?
Before you go,
Yeah.
some words about the lounge
No, the lounge
for this year.
So the lounge this year, the lounge is at a place now where it's huge. So I won't be doing it anymore. No, the lounge is something that's really grown. It's something that's also like Manchester. I feel like now have their own kind of monthly show that showcases people from Manchester as well, innit? So I think that's the really cool thing about it. You got people who are like singers here, comics. Some like really important people like footballers and stuff like that coming down, which is good because they always get told, "Oh, you're only at the clubs and there." So to have them people coming down, but you got people from Manchester coming as well. So it's really like showcasing what's good about Manchester. It's not just like because I think before it was just like always London talent coming up here, innit?
Yeah.
So I think that's what's nice now is that you guys have something like of your own a little bit, and you don't need to feel like you got to get people in all the time to help.
And it's such a good environment as well with it being a Sunday because not everyone's getting too drunk, but they can get dressed up. They can take the night as they want it to be.
But it's also like it's changing how people go out now as well because people would rather go out on a Sunday and just maybe do something calm on a Saturday. So definitely keep supporting it. It's only going to grow and get bigger. And if you are creative, you've got to come down these places and network. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because everyone always says, "Oh, you got to go to London." It's like you don't always need to go to London. There's people in your backyard who can help you. So yeah, man, keep supporting
come to
it.
Manchester.
Yeah, and the thing is, what I'm always surprised about is like all the surrounding places. Like I don't know, you've got places like Huddersfield, and Sheffield.
Yeah.
They're only like half an hour away, innit?
You've got Leeds as
So,
well.
and I understand but it should be getting those places to come into it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because in London, everyone from the surrounding areas will kind of go in. So hopefully that can start happening as well.
That's the thing that people get misconstrued or however you use it. London is a big place, and then you've got north, east, south. Like it's a very, very big community.
No, it's huge.
And it'd be the same as like Liverpool, Huddersfield, everything getting together. So it's really.
Because even weirdly enough, like when I do shows, I sometimes assume that. I think when I was younger, I was like, well, if I do a show, like especially tour show, I was like, we do Manchester, so people from Leeds will come. And they actually won't.
No,
They're like,
stay in their own town.
We want our show in Leeds, just like we want our show in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And then like you're like, oh, okay. Like I remember we had Sheffield, we had Leeds, Sheffield, and Yorkshire, and I'm like, they're like all next to all doors to each other. What are we doing? So I'm learning in it, but at the same time, it will be good if like those other counties can come in and stuff. It just like you have these things in it, you might as well utilize them. Just a half an hour drive, so
yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, man. But definitely come and support it. You know what I mean?
100%.
So yeah, I'm here, innit? So what does that say? Get me.
Thank you.
Get me.
Yeah.
Big ups, big ups. No worries, bro.
Cool.
That was a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, cool.